Hello, my name is Anthony Velez, and this is my introduction to Jesus in the Christian community. And we have three basic things we're going to be looking at today. That is the course vision, the syllabus for this course, and the Moodle for this course. Regarding the course vision, I assume that you all can read the syllabus and the course description at detail and in length. But what I want to do is kind of give you my distillation of what I think this class is really about. So as I see it, there is a focus on this class on the identity and ministry of Jesus. Jesus is the Messiah of Israel who brings God's kingdom to renew humanity and all creation. And connected to this, the ministry of Jesus continues in the life of the church, both with the outpouring of the Spirit, which is recorded in the scriptures, and in the history of the church that continues to this very day. The other thing we're going to be looking at in this course is the three dimensions of the biblical text. I'll briefly say right now, I'm talking about the literary dimension, the historical dimension, and the contemporary dimension. What those are, I will give you a little bit later in a discrete lesson focused on those three dimensions of the text, but I just wanted to introduce that to you right now. And then finally, this course culminates in what's called a signature assignment, when you are going to express what it would look like for Jesus to be in a modern day scenario. And so the idea is, as a result of the 6 weeks of instruction that we will have together, both through videos like this, as well as the various assignments and forums and journals that you'll be doing online, you'll come to know about Jesus, have a better understanding of who he is, who his identity is, what his mission is, and then you'll be able to take that picture that you have of Jesus and apply it into a modern situation. And that information is at the end of your syllabus regarding the signature assignment and all the expectations for that. So those are the three basic components: the life and ministry of Jesus, the three dimensions of the biblical text, and the signature assignment. So let's move on to the syllabus real quick. Regarding the syllabus, you will note, or probably already have noted, because I sent an email to you a couple weeks ago regarding the three texts of the class. The three texts are the New Oxford Annotated Bible with Apocrypha. We want you to get the 4th edition. I imagine that other editions will work, but not quite as well, because we actually assign some essays from the 4th edition, and probably the pagination will change. So if you have the 4th edition, good for you. And if not, you could probably still make it work. We also want you to have Gordon Fee's book, How to Read the Bible for All It's Worth. And then finally, Donald Crable's The Upside Down Kingdom. The Fee book is basically how to read the Bible, as it says in the title. It will address the three dimensions of the text, but it will actually refer to these three dimensions as exegesis and hermeneutics. A little bit later, I will unpack and make those connections for you. And then finally, the Donald Crable book gives you a vision of Jesus's ministry as a kingdom that crashes in upon the kingdoms of the world, and the values of God's kingdom don't match the kingdom values in the world. And so it's upside down by comparison. And what Donald Crable is really good at doing as well is providing some background historical information, so that when you're reading the scriptures, you have a better picture of the larger historical context in which the stories of the scriptures are taking place, particularly the stories about Jesus that are recorded in the Gospels. Another thing that you will note in the syllabus is a course calendar, which is found on page 2. And you'll notice that that course calendar is basically a table where each row is comprised of a week, or there's one row for each week of the course, so there's 6 rows. And then each one of those rows has 5 columns. And what I want to draw attention to is that 3rd column is the readings for that week. The 4th column has the assignments for that week, and the 5th column has the due dates for that week. So you want to pay attention to that, because we're pretty strict about due dates in this class. I have to maintain my rhythm to keep up with the grading. If people fall behind, then that really messes up my rhythm, messes up your rhythm, messes the course rhythm, and we don't want that. So please pay attention to those due dates. Regarding the assignments and worksheets, which I believe begins like on page 12 or 13, you want to pay close attention to the instructions for each assignment on those worksheets. That might seem a little obvious, but often I will get the assignments back from students and it looks like they missed a detail, or maybe they were in a rush and they didn't really read the instructions. So I really want to encourage you to read those instructions. Also, you want to heed my words on page 12 of the syllabus, but I'll give you a quick summary of what I have written there. Basically, in these worksheets and in these assignments, I want to see evidence of engagement with the materials in this class. And so by materials, I mean the reading assignments as well as the videos that we assign. Whenever you can refer to those or paraphrase from those or quote from those in your responses in these assignments, that's what I want from you. Or at least by pointing to specifics in your readings as well as videos that you have been watching. So evidence of engagement, and I would like to see you provide detailed and developed responses as well. Detailed and developed responses. Moving on to the service project and the church visit, which are two major projects for this class that will take you out of the classroom, so to speak, even though we're not actually meeting in a classroom and this is all online. But the reason why I'm drawing attention to this is it will actually require you to go out into the world to do these assignments instead of reading something or watching something or writing on a piece of paper. So the service project, you're going to pick a nonprofit service agency, for example, like Goodwill or the Rescue Mission in Fresno, California. And you're going to do 6 hours of service for them. And then you're going to reflect upon your experience in an essay. And what I'm expecting in that essay is also located in your syllabus towards the end. And then likewise, you're going to go out into the world. You're going to pick a church that you are not familiar with, something that's out of your tradition per se. So for example, if you're Catholic, you'll go to some Protestant church. If you're a Protestant, you'll go to a Catholic or Eastern Orthodox church. I want you to stretch yourself in this experience. So you're going to pick a church you're not familiar with, and you're going to go to that church and to one of their worship services, and you're going to interview somebody. So you probably want to try to arrange this beforehand. And there's an interview sheet that you can use in the syllabus to guide or give structure to this interview. You're going to interview somebody from that church and ask them a few questions so that you could get their understanding and then of the service. And then you're going to do an essay where you reflect upon the service. And I have some guiding questions in there that you could use to help you structure this essay. That also is in the syllabus towards the end. So those are the things I want to draw attention to in the syllabus. Let's move on to the Moodle. Let me just say right now that I'm probably going to be making some mild tweaks to the Moodle because it's not exactly in place, but I would say it's about 95 to 99% in place at this moment. But there's a few things I still want to change, so don't freak out if you notice those changes. None of the changes I'm going to make have to do with the assignments or the assignment expectations. One of the things I want to draw attention to right now is you'll probably notice some information, about ETS criterion. We are no longer using that. I'm going to try to pull all that information so it will no longer be there. But if you find it, just ignore it. We're not asking you to submit your assignments to ETS criterion this semester. Let me see, what else do I want to draw attention to? Oh, okay. So you'll note in the Moodle that there are 6-week sections, one section for each week. And then there are 2 more sections after that. Ignore those 2 sections. That's for instructors such as myself. It's like resources we could draw upon if we need them. Often I'll get emails from students, what are these last 2 sections? Should I have been doing this all along? And that kind of stuff. Don't worry about that. There is 1 section for each week in this class in the Moodle. I want to say that this class has a lot of work to do in the way of online forums and journals. This is an online class, so there's a lot of online work that you'll be doing. With respect to the forums, we will want you often to respond to other students that will be in the instructions for the forums. So do pay attention to that. If we are asking you to respond to other students, please do that, because if you don't, I will deduct points. Also in the Moodle, you'll notice that there is a header with a lot of useful information. Again, I'm going to pull out the information about ETS because you're not using that, but if it's still there, just ignore it. There's also some information about Turnitin. We do want you to submit 2 major assignments from this class to Turnitin, and that is the Crable analysis as well as the signature assignment. However, there should be a pathway from Moodle directly to Turnitin. You won't have to go to the Turnitin website yourself and put in the login information. There should be a pathway from Moodle into Turnitin. I am going to be providing the login information after the fact just in case there's some issues, because with technology there's always issues. But you probably won't have to use it. Finally, in the Moodle header, you will notice a folder called Stuff You Want. And in that folder, you'll find 2 other folders called Signature Assignment Stuff, and then something about weekly slides from when I teach this course weekly, 1 night a week, face-to-face in a classroom. And I'm making those slides available to you because it provides you some good content regarding the materials in this course. But a lot of that stuff that you see in those slides will be stuff that I cover in videos like this that I'll be posting week after week. And then in the signature assignment folder, in the stuff you want folder, there are some student examples of papers that I thought were good, so you could read through them and kind of emulate them and get an idea of what my expectations are. There's also a rubric in there that kind of communicates my expectations for this course, for this assignment, particularly the signature assignment. And I want you to do well in this, because the way that the Bible department has structured this course, 400 out of 1,000 points, that's 40% of your grade, is dependent upon how well you do on the signature assignment. So please take advantage of those resources to help you do your best on the signature assignments. That is it for now regarding my introduction to this course. You will, of course, see me in other videos as we go forward from here. I have an introduction video I'm going to do that will match the introduction videos that you are all doing. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself on a more personal level. I'll, of course, have instructional videos. I'll be reading your forums and responding to the forums. I'll be sending out mass emails. I'll be interacting with you in a variety of different ways. But for now, this is my introduction, and this is my goodbye. Bye-bye.